It's the NFL on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Cleveland Browns and the Jacksonville Jaguars. And it comes your way next on Madden NFL 25.
What better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we've got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over them for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
Justin Hopkins out, ready to send this away. And we're off from Jacksonville. Here's Parker Washington with the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So here are the Jaguars taking over for the first time on offense. And bringing them out to former #1 overall pick out of Clemson in 2021, Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence has had a remarkable career. Over 50 starts in high school and a winner all the way along. A national champion and 3-year starter at Clemson, and really a starter from day one after the first pick in the draft in Jacksonville. The key for Trevor at this level, though, is to do it season in and season out. That's what the greats before him have done. The Bradys, the Mannings, the #1 picks of the past. If you want to become a great and you want to take your game to another level, you got to do it year in and year out. Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Here's Travis Etienne on the ground. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Out of the gun, Lawrence. Escapes the pocket. He's on the move. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. From the gun, Etienne gets it. And a little space is all he needed to reach that 35-yard line. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Sending the tight end in motion left. And the play clock hits 0. This is going to be delay a game. Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Here's Lawrence to throw. Connection made. Travis Etienne. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. They gain 14 on the play. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville first down.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
Now their opening drive's certainly going according to plan, Brock. It's a new set of downs at the 27. Here's Etienne on first down. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Motion man left is Brown. Here's 2nd and 11. Cut out left. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
All right, set now, 1st and 10. That's complete. Here's Brown. And he's going to be just inside the 10 before he goes out.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
On 2nd down, it's Etienne. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. They'll run. Etienne. And he's brought down for a loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Catch is made in close. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
And he will score. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars finish up an excellent opening series. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone while getting your offense established and into top gear right here early on.
Cam Little to try the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Jaguars will jump out to a 7-0 lead. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Here's DeAndre Carter with the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So here come the Browns on offense, ready for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by this promising young signal caller out of the University of Colorado.
Kate, when I watch these rookie quarterbacks running out to open a game, I think of the old World Series great pitcher Cliff Lee. And he made a one-handed play in the World Series and was asked about it afterwards. They said, man, how do you have so much poise? You didn't even look nervous on that stage. And he said, sometimes you got to fake it till you make it. You got to tell yourself you'll be just fine. And these rookie QBs, that's part of the learning curve they're climbing.
Now they'll throw out of the gun. That one's complete, right side. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Here's Jerome Ford for the first time this game. Crosses midfield, still going. And finally down right along that opposing 40. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And that's good for a Cleveland first down.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
And he stopped at the 31-yard line.
That can be a hopeless feeling when you fire a curl route right into zone coverage perfectly like that. Unless that curl happens to be right next to where one of your guys is sitting, that pass can hum in there and there's nothing this defense can do.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Got a man. It's Njoku. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. Ford. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. He couldn't get anything there, and now it's 2nd and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on first down. More to come.
They won't snap it in time. That is going to be the end of the first quarter. Neither side separating much so far. Back to Everbank Stadium in just a bit. Ready to go with the second quarter, and it's the Browns with it inside the red zone. Another one for Ford. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Browns finish off their opening drive. No doubt about that one, Brock. They softened that defense up with that lengthy opening series, and then the front just couldn't stand up to the run as they reached the end zone.
Yeah, the numbers tell you, kind of just like baseball, you love home runs, you love explosive plays, but when you can play small ball and you can keep that defense gasping on the field, you can often run it right down their throats in the red zone.
On comes Dustin Hopkins to try the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Browns respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. Hopkins has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. Washington now to return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Jaguars and Trevor Lawrence set to take over on offense once again. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's ETN to begin the drive.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. They go right back to ETN. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it about 7 yards on that run. Now it's going to be 3rd down and 4.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
5 men in the secondary for the Browns. 3rd down coming. ETN again. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. Pickup of 3 on the carry. And that's going to bring up 4th and 2.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
On 4th down, it's Logan Cook on for the Jaguars to punt it away. He fields this at the 18. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Big kick on that one, 62 yards. And the Browns will go on offense. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Throw reeled in by Njoku. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Ford straight ahead. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
You know what I like about a 2nd and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a first down, but you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play-action pass in a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have to key on the run.
New set of downs for him at the 38. First down, and they go right back to him. This is ahead for about 5. Tackled there by Jordan Lewis. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. He locates a couple of yards through that chaos. Devin Lloyd on the tackle. Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4.
Tried to mix in a little wide receiver carry and catch this defense on its heels. We've seen it work time and again, and it almost got there. Without that tackle, we could have seen a big gainer. To give some credit to the defense where credit is due.
That one complete to Njoku. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. Give him 8 yards on the play. And that gives the Browns a first.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Throwing now from the gun. Gets this to Woods. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Devin Lloyd on the tackle.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Shotgun snap, a gift to Ford. And his drive forward halted after a couple of yards. Devin Lloyd on the tackle. Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
From the gun on 3rd down. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. and nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. Jerry Jeudy with the grab. And he's got it down to the 30 before going out.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
2nd and 3 now. Here's Ford running right. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. We're at the 2-minute warning now from Everbank. The Browns hoping to take a lead going into the break. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He has the first over the middle, and he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. He manages a gain of 8 there, and that's good for a Cleveland first down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Back to throw now. Makes the connection. Here's Jerome Ford. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that gives the Browns a first.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get them enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
From the red zone now. And he's going to take this one in for the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns get some late points and the lead. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
On is Hopkins for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Browns break that tie and now lead by 7. Hopkins has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. Washington now to return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Jaguars headed out on offense late in this first half. With the time remaining, we'll see if they can get this into field goal range before halftime. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Lawrence working from the gun. Has a man, it's Brown. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. The Jaguars are going to call their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Lawrence to throw it. He'll get this to Etienne. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Hauled to the ground by Jordan Hicks. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. 2nd and 6 coming up here. From the shotgun, Lawrence. He'll get this one to Brown. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Working quickly here. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Third and a lone yard coming up. He'll throw it. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. So that's halftime here in this one. The Browns on the road, but currently in front. Now we'll send you down I-95 a couple hours to Orlando, depending on traffic. And we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. And welcome in everyone to our EA Sports halftime reports.
All right, thank you, Coach. And we are back and about set to begin the second half. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Has this at the 6. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Cleveland offense headed out for this first series of the second half. They have played lights out on offense. Scored their first 2 times out, Bronk. A chance to go 3 for 3 and grow that lead here. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. He'll give up the middle to Ford. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
2nd down now, 7 to go. To the right and pulled in by Judy. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. He's dropping back to throw. Fires right away, but incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
The Browns looking to punt on 4th down, so on comes their southpaw, Corey Bojorquez, to handle it. And a fair catch made here at the 17. So no return on that punt. And the Jaguars are going to take over from deep in their own side. The Jacksonville offense back on the field now. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Counter give to Etienne. And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain from the secondary. Grant Delpit on the tackle. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
Slot receiver headed left. Out of the gun, a give to ETN. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Hey, even though that was an excellent run, I got to talk about the receivers here, Kate, because 9 times out of 10, you see a run like that in this league, 10+, you know those guys on the outside are doing their job, shining as blockers, keeping those defenders away from the back.
On 1st and 10, here's Lawrence. Completed over the middle. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Out of the gun, Lawrence. Ooh, almost a throw that cost him. Defender had it in his hands, but he dropped it. It's incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Now it's Lawrence. Short pass brought in. And he's got it up to midfield and into Browns territory.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
ETN on 3rd down. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. It's a gain of 4 there, and that's a Jaguar 1st down.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there, making a really close measurement to see if he got the 1st down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
Runs into traffic and hits a wall, no gain. Myles Garrett coming in for the stop. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday, but doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
2nd and 10 now. Finds his man over the middle. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. The end result there, 15 yards and a 1st.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Lawrence throwing here. He's on the move. He's stepping up and takes off with this one. And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Inside handoff goes to ETN. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. 6 yards on the play and enough for a 1st.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Now Lawrence. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. Brian Thomas Jr., his intended target. So it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, but then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say, keep that one in mind. They could revisit that play in the future.
Escapes the pocket, trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. Now this is the dreaded sight anytime there's a sack. He's hurting after taking that hit, and they're going to get out there to check on him. Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. First throw for the backup now. Has it in close. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
The kick by Shedeur is good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
Well, that's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. To return, Jerome Ford. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Browns send Jerome Ford ready to begin another drive. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Got a man, it's Njoku. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
2nd and 3 now. Handoff running left, Ford. He's out in the clear. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 27 on the play. And that's good for a Cleveland 1st down.
Those outside runs so critical for running back, quarterback, O-line to hit their targets. They got a target area to expose that defense and make the most of it. And that offense just put on display some teaching tape for it.
And as that one winds up incomplete, it brings us to the end of the 3rd quarter. So we're through 3 here. It's Browns ball working to carry this lead through to the end. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Back to throw. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
Not an open passing lane to be found anywhere. He took what he thought was the best one available, and they still managed to tip the ball away.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Takes the handoff, now to throw. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And that's out. We're just waiting for the spots. They're going to say it cleared the sideline over top the 14. Now the Jaguars offense ready to take over once more. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. An option give here to Etienne. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Now Lawrence on the play fake. Bails out, pressure coming, and they take him down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
As much as we talk about offenses wanting to stay ahead of the chains, they want to stay on script. Well, a defense, they want to rip that script up. And a sack like that, creating 3rd and extra longs, it's exactly how you get it done.
Looking at a tough spot to punt it away if this 3rd down is unsuccessful. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Dialing up a receiver screen. And this one doesn't go far.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Jacksonville in punt formation. And he's getting the call for the 2nd time this game. Went for 48 with his first kick, and this one looks even better. Return starts from the 45. And he's brought down before the return gets far. That punt gets up to 59 yards. And it'll be good field position for them as they take over right at midfield. The Browns, nice field position here as they start out 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Ford. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, once we saw them on a collision course with one another, we know how inertia works. The bigger man, he wins.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Here's a throw. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
Oh, those linebackers. Those linebackers. They seem to be in the thick of every play and some of the quickest reaction times out there. He needed a quick reaction there to get a finger on the throw. It changed its direction.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They pick up 20 yards there. And that gives the Browns a 1st.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
They've got 1st down from the 31. Ford running to the right. And he's going to get this to the 29 before he stopped. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. Staying on the ground with Ford. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And that's good for a Cleveland 1st down.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the 1st down. Just get to a manageable 3rd down. But instead, they move the chains. And that is one disheartening look on that defense.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. This is Ford. And he's stopped out at the 16 after a small gain. A couple yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6 now. Judy will go in motion right. Another one for Ford. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Ask for a little bit more on that one. Ask that running back to come up with more than he's used to on 3rd down. He made it look like just another day at the office. I wouldn't expect every conversion to go as smoothly. He sure made that one look routine.
This is Ford on the handoff. And they'll bring him down after an all right gain. He gets him 6, and that's going to bring up 2nd and goal.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
On the carry, it's Ford. And he's in for the touchdown. The Browns now lead by 10. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
On is Hopkins for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Browns drive their lead to 11. Hopkins has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. Fielded at the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Jacksonville heading out there on offense. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. Buys time, rolling right. He's on the move. And he evades any kind of trouble, but only a short gain to show for it after sliding down. It's the 2-minute warning here in Jacksonville. Jaguars trailing by 11. 2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 32. That's complete. Here's Brown. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
1st down throw, Lawrence. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And it's going to be 2nd down. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through.
He makes it in for the Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars now within one score in the fourth. Brian Thomas Jr., the touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Jaguars in a crucial spot late, trying for two. He'll look to throw it. And he can't connect with his man, so they tried for two, but it doesn't work out. So a little pressure alleviated by the touchdown, but plenty still remains. Gonna need to manufacture another trip to the end zone as they trail by 5.
This feels a little bit like a golf event to me, Kate, where those golfers will spend a big round not even looking at the scoreboard, not even know where they sit. But then when it gets down to winning time, they do know exactly what they need. And to consider that golf analogy, well, this team now needs a birdie when it matters the most.
So with less than a minute and a half to play, they must recover this onside effort. And that kick fails. The Browns able to recover. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. The Browns and this running back headed back out for a new series. And I think we can agree the plan to keep him out of the end zone, it hasn't quite worked so well for this defense, at least not yet. He scored twice, really being the one his group can turn to for a spark or a big play when they've needed it. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Ford straight ahead. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. The Jaguars are going to call their first time out, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down. They're running the option, short side. Has room inside the 25. And he has this all the way down to the 17-yard line. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. With the win in hand, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out. Now a timeout called by the Jaguars. That's their third, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down. This won't run out the clock just yet, Brock. They're going to have to kneel it again after this one. Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee.
There's still some time to bleed off the clock, but the important factor is that the defense is helpless to stop it. You could just run that clock down as far as you're able and take off every single second.
After one final kneel down, partner, and this should do it. He goes to a knee as time winds down in this one.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
Here's an important kick now for Dustin Hopkins. From 37 yards in the right hash. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And they're going to grow their lead late, but still a one-score ball game. So the Browns will take this win home with them. And finally, Brock, they can exhale and take a few breaths, because I don't imagine any of them were breathing easy during that one with how close this game was.
Them or us? We're both.
All of us.
Yeah,
all of the above.
It is so hard, Kate, to match the adrenaline surge they feel right now and that they felt at every major turn throughout the second half. There's just something about a close game, the intensity that's there in every moment that you love to experience as a player, and that you hope in all these moments you can execute so you're the one celebrating and riding that wave of emotion.